I'm Liz Shanks, and I'd like to welcome you to Liz's Book Snuggery, which is featuring some of the best reads for Christmas picture books for your young readers. Our book today is called Ladybug Girl and the Big Snow, a story about looking on the bright side by David Soman and Jackie Davis. Snow forts. Do you remember them? Kids piled out of their houses after a big snow and built them. With their high-packed walls, they were the perfect place to hunker down after a snowball fusillade launched unsuspectingly at you and your friends. Remember that scene from the movie Elf? If they had a snow fort, things would have been different in the scene where Buddy and Michael, his younger brother, were ambushed by a gang with snowballs. It would have been the best spot from which to lob a counterattack. Ah, the big snow. It was waited and watched for all winter with an eager anticipation that was exhilarating, matched only by its actual arrival. And what joy it still brings today for young ones, and the not-so-young. So when I saw Ladybug Girl and the Big Snow, my ears immediately pricked up. The New York Times bestselling team of David Soman and Jackie Davis has created a white winter wonderland for Ladybug Girl and her faithful basset hound Bingo to linger and frolic in. And your young reader is bound to get caught up in the fun. This husband-wife picture book team has allowed their stories of the very human heroine, Ladybug Girl, to weave through her stories lessons on bravery, empathy, and responsibility, and the power of the imagination. As I said, what child doesn't long for the first snow? There's something magical about it. Anything is possible as the landscape changes in a twinkling, or overnight, to a pure and perfect white. It's waiting for the tromping of children's feet to truly make it come alive. And Ladybug Girl and Bingo are no exception as they awake to a blanket of the fluffy white stuff. Their first attempts at a fort, or snow castle as she terms it, is one sorry state of affairs with no definition. And so begins Ladybug Girl's winter wanderings in search of adventure. Colossal fir trees turn into snow giants, with Lulu, aka Ladybug Girl, wishing she could morph into a fire-breathing dragon to melt the snow that plops from a fir branch straight onto her head. Nothing is working out the way she planned. Seeing a snowy mountain peak or hill, as it turns out, remember we are seeing this through a child's eyes, and everything looms large, she sinks in the knee-deep snow up to her bright red tutu. Will she give up? Nope. She is, after all, Ladybug Girl, who can do anything. She lifts each leg with a fierce determination and slogs up that hill and does an imitation of Rocky as she jumps in the air with Bingo and a sense of joy and accomplishment. And as she looks down the hill at the sorry snow fort, it too is changed into a statue of Bingo, the faithful basset hound. Marvelous! Was it there all along? Did the sun change its melting shape? Or is it the power of her imagination? Let's face it, all three what-if scenarios are great outcomes. There are two lines I absolutely love from this book. Lulu says to Bingo, following her new take on the snow castle, "It's funny how one thing can change into another, just like that." And in looking at the fir trees as the sun lowers and makes shadows on the snow, Lulu, aka Ladybug Girl, observes to her brother who has joined them, "Look, everything is connected." It sure is, Lulu, and it's not only with fir trees. Have your young reader connect with Ladybug Girl and Bingo this holiday season and get a dose of magic through teaching a young one to look on the bright side. I really do believe that there are skill sets of emotional intelligence that are very important for kids to absorb in negotiating life in this ever more complex world. And here's a great winter picture book story that models them. And now, where is that big snow? My snow fort making skills are still intact and at the ready, and I'm raring to go. Bring it on! And with apologies to Irving Berlin, I'm dreaming of a white snow fort.
Listen.